Did you know the US Navy accidentally shot down one of its own FA-18 fighter jets? In December 2024, during a high-stakes patrol over the Red Sea, a US warship mistook an American jet for an incoming missile and opened fire. What followed was one of the most shocking friendly fire incidents in recent naval history. This is the untold story of confusion, technology, and chaos in a combat zone, and how two aviators survived the unthinkable. Among the waves, the USS Harry S. Truman slices through the sea. A floating city of steel and firepower, this Nimitz-class aircraft carrier hosts one of the Navy's most capable air wings. On this day, a pair of FA-18F Super Hornets, twin-engine, carrier-capable multi-role fighters, prepare for a combat air patrol. These jets, assigned to the legendary Red Rippers of Strike Fighter Squadron 11, are among the deadliest tools in America's aerial arsenal. With engines roaring, one Super Hornet thunders off the deck, call sign Red Ripper 11. Inside are two seasoned crewmen, a naval aviator and his weapons systems officer. Their mission: monitor the skies and sea lanes for drones, cruise missiles, or anything that could threaten the carrier group. Above the sea, the Super Hornet streaks through the sky, its ANAPG-79A ESA radar sweeping the horizon. Below, on the USS Gettysburg, a Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser assigned as the carrier strike group's air defense commander, crewmen monitor their own radar systems. Suddenly, a fast-moving radar contact appears, unidentified, heading straight toward the Gettysburg. Inside the Combat Information Center, alarms sound. A target profile flashes on the ANSPY-1 radar screen. Velocity, 600 knots. Altitude, decreasing. The target matches the radar cross-section of a potential anti-ship cruise missile, possibly launched by Houthi forces, who had already carried out multiple attacks in the region in recent weeks. The decision is made. Standard Missile 2 is armed and launched. High above, the pilot of Red Ripper 11 hears the warning tone: missile lock. In seconds, the sky becomes chaos. The crew executes evasive maneuvers, diving and jinking, but it's too late. The missile finds its mark. A thunderous explosion tears through the airframe. Both aviators eject, their parachutes deploying as the flaming jet spirals into the sea. A second missile is fired. It streaks toward a second Super Hornet, but the pilot manages to evade it. The missile explodes harmlessly just meters away. Within minutes, search and rescue teams launch. Helicopters and patrol boats scan the water. The two aviators are located alive. One is injured but stable. Against all odds, both survived. But the cost is enormous. This was no enemy strike, no drone, no Houthi missile. This was a fatal misidentification, friendly fire. In the aftermath, the US Navy confirmed the truth. The USS Gettysburg had shot down its own fighter jet. A tragic sequence of high-speed decisions made in a high-threat environment. A chain of events that could have cost lives, and nearly did. The Gettysburg, named for the pivotal Civil War battle, is no stranger to intense operations. Armed with SM-2 surface-to-air missiles, Harpoon anti-ship missiles, and the Aegis Combat System, it's one of the most capable warships afloat. But even its advanced radar and tracking systems are not immune to the fog of war, especially in contested airspace where split-second choices can define life or death. This wasn't just an isolated mistake. It happened in the middle of a growing regional conflict. The Red Sea, once seen mainly as a commercial thoroughfare, has become a contested battlefield. Iranian-made drones and cruise missiles have been launched from Yemen toward both merchant ships and military targets. To protect freedom of navigation, the US Navy has deployed additional assets, including destroyers, cruisers, and carrier strike groups. But with so many units operating in close quarters, and with electronic jamming and radar clutter in play, the risk of error rises. Military analysts quickly weighed in. Was it a radar malfunction? A breakdown in IFF identification friend or foe systems? Did communication protocols fail? Or was it simply the brutal reality of operating in a high-intensity conflict zone? Investigations followed. The Navy launched a comprehensive review of air defense protocols. Questions were raised about the Aegis system's threat classification algorithms. Could software improvements reduce the chance of this happening again? Could training help human operators distinguish friend from foe under extreme pressure? On board the USS Harry S. Truman, the mood was somber. Losing a jet is one thing. Almost losing a crew to friendly fire is something else entirely. A reminder that, in the crucible of war, mistakes don't just cost hardware, they nearly cost human lives. The Navy responded quickly. Operational procedures were tightened. Additional drills were conducted to refine cross-platform coordination. And sailors and aircrew were reminded once again of the razor-thin margins between victory and tragedy in modern warfare. The cost of this tragic mistake is not only measured in dollars, but also in the trust and safety of operations. A single FA-18 Super Hornet, valued at approximately $70 million, was destroyed in the incident. This is compounded by the impact on crew morale and the cost of investigations and reviews of air defense protocols, not to mention the collateral damage to the reputation of such an advanced defense system, which must ensure protection not only against external threats, but also prevent internal tragedies like this one. In the weeks that followed, tensions in the region did not ease. Houthi rebels continued to target international shipping. U.S. and allied forces remained on high alert. Warships stood ready, radar arrays spinning, missiles loaded. And above them, American jets roared across the skies, ever vigilant. But every pilot who climbed into a cockpit knew the stakes had changed. It wasn't just about evading enemy fire, it was about ensuring they weren't mistaken for the enemy themselves. For the crew of Red Ripper 11, the incident became a symbol of courage under fire, of survival against the odds, and of the cost of vigilance. War is never clean. Even the most advanced militaries in the world are vulnerable to confusion, miscalculation, and tragedy. But from those moments, lessons are learned, systems are improved, and warriors return to duty because peace is protected by those willing to face danger, even when it comes from their own side. In the theater of the Red Sea, where geopolitics, missiles, and mistrust collide, the shadow of friendly fire now hovers over every operation. And the question remains, next time, will the system distinguish friend from foe? In time? As the Red Sea continues to simmer with tension, the lessons of that December day echo through every patrol, every launch, every radar ping in the dark. For the men and women of the U.S. Navy, vigilance is not a word, it's a way of survival. Thank you for watching. Did you know about this incident before? Let us know in the comments, and if you want to see more stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful moments from the front lines of U.S. Navy operations.